Okay, so we've all argued which the Terraria class is the best one. So in this video I will be playing Melee, which is the first video of the 5 video part series where I will be playing every class and then at the end I will be ranking them. So first thing I'm gonna do is obviously chop down some trees, explore the map and do the basic stuff everyone else does. Building a house, which is super important, I guess. And then I will be trying to find the blade of grass and the platinum armor when I am done building and exploring a little. After exploring a little, I tried to make a elevator, which you can see it's not really going that fast, so I decided to ditch that idea because it will take 1,000 years. So I just bought some bombs after a while. That helped a lot, and I finally found some platinum, which is very good because, like I said, I wanted to go for the platinum armor because I think it's super strong, especially in the early game, and it's easy to get. So after expanding my elevator and mining a little more, somehow Eye of Cthulhu just spawned, and I know it should work like that, but it's super rare, especially in my gameplays, so I was pretty surprised. And I was actually a little scared because I didn't finish my armor set, and then I realized I'm not actually taking any damage from the boss, but even though I didn't finish the armor, so I was half platinum armor in, and I had only boomerang, which doesn't deal much damage, and I managed to defeat it without even being close to dead. So after defeating the Eye of Cthulhu, I decided to finish the platinum armor and find the good weapon. The weapon I had in mind is the blade of grass, which is super duper strong. I'm not sure why is it allowed this early, and you'll see why, because I decided to just boss rush everything, and Skeletron is not that hard. I am really happy though I get to play in the new dungeon, which I saw here the first time actually after the update, and Skeletron is not that hard a boss anyways, especially with this much gear on, so I managed to beat him pretty easily, which allowed me to get the access to the dungeon where I can farm more weapons that are stronger. So after defeating Skeletron, I went straight to Brain of Cthulhu, and I was actually surprised because this was the first time I actually fought the Brain of Cthulhu. I was always in corruption, and this is my first Crimson gameplay, and this is just not fair because Brain of Cthulhu can't really hit me because of all of those stings from the sword, and it's just stun locked. And I thought this boss fight was actually pretty boring because I didn't do anything. I just moved the mouse to the side where the brain is, and it just stuck there. But anyway, I managed to beat it, obviously. And at that moment I realized I forgot about Slime King, so I just decided to beat him, like, just because he's there, why not? Then I decided to expand my home and finish the elevator and eventually get to Hell, where I will be farming for the new armor set, which is Hellstone armor. After getting my hands on molten armor, I decided to make the arena for the Wall of Flesh, and while I was making the arena, a goblin army event spawned, and I was actually pretty happy, even though I hate events because they just waste my time, and a lot of them are super hard. I needed this because of the Goblin Tinkerer, and it's not that hard, so I managed to beat it pretty easily. And again, I forgot about the boss, so I did the Queen Bee with Molten Armor, which is maybe unfair, I don't know. This class just, I feel so strong and I forget about the bosses. Anyway, I decided to farm for the Knight's Edge after defeating the Queen Bee, so I have a good weapon for the Wall of Flesh, and it was a nightmare. I couldn't find the chest I needed in the dungeon, and it was really not cool because I died a lot of times, and every time I die I have to go back to the other side of the map and go through the whole dungeon again. And at the end I found it. Finally, I was ready to fight the Wall of Flesh and to enter the hard mode. So for the Wall of Flesh, I didn't know how this was gonna go, especially because I never used this weapon, but it turns out this is super strong weapon and I managed to beat it pretty easily. And with that, we finally entered the hard mode, which I'm so happy about. And at the same time I'm super not happy because now I have to farm the ores, which is the worst part of the game for me personally. And it went smoothly at first. I found a lot of ores that I can use to upgrade, but I couldn't find any adamantite ore, which is really bad because I really needed the armor set. And because I was searching for it so long and couldn't find any, I decided to stick with the mithril armor, which is a lot weaker, but there's nothing I could do there. Also, I was really happy that I can get wings now, but my favorite wings are pixie wings, and my hollow biome was so bad I couldn't really farm pixies there. So I decided to go for the angel wings that I thought it was easier to farm. I also decided that it was time for the mechanical bosses, and the first mechanical boss I'm going to fight is the boss I hate the most in this game, and it is the Skeletron Prime. I don't know why, I just hate him, and I died so many times. Like, I died 4 or 5 times, and every time I die I have to farm his summon again and again and again. And I thought the yo-yo was okay, but I guess not, so I decided to farm for other weapons, and I couldn't find any weapons. So to be fair, I got lucky while I was farming for the next summon. I got Icicle and Frostbrand, and they helped me out so much. Oh my god, that's crazy. Like, I made him a lot easier, and I was so happy that I finished this boss fight. I can't tell you. Like, I can't stress enough, this is so annoying. So after the Skeletron Prime, the twins and the Destroyer went down pretty easily, not gonna lie. Maybe because I got Icicle and Frostbrand, I don't know, could be. Twins surely, but Destroyer wasn't really that hard either. So with that, mechanical bosses are done, and I am going to the next phase of the game, where I look for the Plantera, the Golem, and Shimmer too. And maybe you realized I do not actually speak a lot about the accessories. It's because I'm super lazy and I don't want to farm accessories because it takes a lot of time, and I don't think it's that much a difference. I mean, it is, but it's not that much. So I am really, in all of the gameplays, missing accessories that are good. I am using what I can find and what I get. I reforge it and it's okay. So don't be mad, I guess. Anyway, now it's time to spend a lot of time in the jungle. So I went straight to the turtle armor, and it was hard to get, but I got it. True Knight's Edge for the weapons, which is super strong, I think. And I found the Plantera, made the arena, and I was ready to fight the next boss. So Plantera fight was not that hard, because I got the arena that was decent, and she couldn't really hurt me that much. She can catch me here. So, because she was that easy, I decided to go straight to the golem. After fighting the jungle temple, it wasn't that hard to go through it to find the golem. Golem fight was not that hard really. Like, we all know Plantera is stronger, I would say. I don't know, maybe, but who cares? Golem is the next. After Golem I fought the Solar Eclipse to get the Terra Blade, and I fought the Golem a few times to upgrade my Turtle Armor to Beetle Armor, which is the next armor set that I need for the next boss. Next boss is Lunatic Cultist, and it's so annoying in the new dungeon because he can just spawn in the walls and you can't really hurt him, and then the animation goes through and then he spawns the dragon, and it's so broken. I don't know why that happens, but yeah, it took me a few times. Anyway, after defeating the Lunatic Cultist, I finally got to the end of the game, which is the pillars. The pillars were usually like pillars, it's nothing special, I just have to beat them. Same thing I used for the Lunatic, I used for them. There's nothing new actually. So I decided to make the arena for the Moonlord to try to beat him, and he destroyed me. I was not ready for this fight at all. So I decided to make a better arena, actually not arena but a long line of asphalt, but you can call it arena. And I got to the dungeon and tried to farm something that I can use, because my accessories were actually at the from start of the game and I didn't farm them at all. Obviously I had to beat the Lunatic again and the pillars again, which is super annoying. And before the next fight with the Moonlord, I wanted to get a little more better prepared, so I decided to get the full life fruits I need to get my health to the full, and I wanted to extend my platform for the Moonlord fight, but Solar Eclipse came and I was so mad. It took me so long, but it doesn't really matter. I started the Moonlord fight the second time. The fight was a lot better and a lot easier. I managed to beat him, and I beat him with this build. So this is the end of this melee playthrough. And thank you so much guys for watching. You can comment the video ideas because I'm not that smart and creative. And see you next time. Bye bye.